Welcome back, everybody, to For the Sake of the Parlay. Today is May 6th, 2026. And what we're going to do today, we're going to review yesterday's parlay of the day with alternate line suggestions and give you today's parlay of the day with alternate line suggestions. All right, so let's get right in. But before we get into today's video, let me tell you why you should subscribe right now. We are PPCs here, and PPCs are professional parlay creators. All right, we are creating parlays, and we do this full time. All right, we give you parlays consistent in all types of bets, including player props, totals, and spreads across all major sports. Next, this is a collaborative channel consisting of two people. We are lucky to have two PPCs on this channel, and the architect and the voice. Obviously, I'm the voice, but the architect is really the one doing a lot of the planning, designing, and managing throughout the parlay making process. Without the architect, there would be no channel or none of these parlays. Lastly, and most importantly, we are giving you free daily content with picks and receipts. This is our 30th day in a row posting parlays with reviews. We are showing you our actual betting slips and the results. We're going to keep posting and showing you the results because we don't get tired like Kevin Gates, and we ain't never scared like Bone Crusher. We ain't new to this, we true to this, y'all. And y'all know y'all doing the same damn thing as us every day, so you might as well just smash that like and subscribe button and do it for the sake of the parlay. Alright, so let's start off with the review from yesterday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo 2026. And why these reviews are important is we want to give you helpful information for the next time you make a bet. Alright, something you're not going to see on other websites or other channels. And also, we want to make sure you can watch previous videos to get good information. So yesterday we wound up going 6 out of 7 picks, okay? And we went 6 out of 7 picks because we had two late postponements in the MLB with the Mets and Rockies game and also the Brewers and Cardinals game. All right, and so what we wound up doing was adding the over 9 in the Athletics and Philadelphia game. So as you can see here, we start off with this voided under 9.5 in the Mets and Colorado game. Then we were right on the Chicago Cubs winning on the money line. Then we were right on the Diamondbacks winning on the money line. And then we were right about the Colorado Avalanche winning on the money line. Next, we have this void here for the Milwaukee Brewers and St. Louis Cardinals game. Then we took a 3-pick same game parlay. We were right on DeAndre Ayton recording 8+ rebounds. Then we were also right on Rui Hachimura scoring 12+ points. And we were wrong about Austin Reeves, who ruined the parlay, recording 2+ 3-pointers. Alright, so as you can see here, both of these games, the Brewers, Cardinals, and the Mets, Rockies games, got postponed late. So these tickets were voided, alright? And what we wound up doing is replacing that with that over 9 in the Athletics and Phillies game. And here, as you can see here, the Phillies and Athletics cover for us. The Phillies wound up winning 9-1. And this is a perfect example of why you need to let your parlays cook, okay? First, you can see that this game got off to a very, very slow start. The Phillies only scored 1 run in the 3rd inning, and they scored 5 in the 7th inning. Then it got even better when they tied to be 9 runs total in the 8th inning. And then finally, the Phillies gave up 1 run from a bullpen pitcher in the 9th inning to make our total go over 9. And here, as you can see, Duran is the reason why our bet went over. He gave up 1 run after Chris Sanchez pitched an amazing game, okay? Chris Sanchez pitched 8 innings, 3 hits, 0 earned runs, and 10 strikeouts with 1 walk. That is an elite level game. Also, Severino pitched a pretty decent game. He pitched 5 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run, and 3 strikeouts. But Chris Sanchez pitched an excellent game, and he wound up getting the win, and this went green for us in the over 9. Next, we took the Cubs and went on the money line, and they wound up winning 3-2 against the Reds in extra innings. And this is another example of why you should definitely let your parlay cook. As you can see here, we got off to a very bad start. The Reds went up 2-0 at the end of the 6th inning. Then finally, the Cubs scored 1 in the 7th, and then they tied it up in the 8th. And then I actually watched this. The Cubs won on a walk-off single in the 10th inning by Bush. So this was a very good, suspenseful win. And hey, the Cubs went green for us on this parlay. Next, we were right on the Diamondbacks winning on the money line against the Pirates, and the Diamondbacks wound up winning 9-0. And I told y'all that my man Eduardo Rodriguez is nice, all right? As you can see here, he pitched 7 innings, only gave up 2 hits, 0 earned runs, and 7 strikeouts, all right? So he left the Pirates on 0, as I know he would. And Chandler had an okay game, but he only pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and 4 strikeouts with 6 walks, all right? And you can see here, hey, the Diamondbacks offense was on fire, but the main reason they were able to win was because Eduardo didn't give up any earned runs, all right? And Eduardo, he's officially on the list because I know he was nice, and I called that. Check the video from yesterday. Next, we were right about the Colorado Avalanche winning on the money line, and they had a dominant performance against the Minnesota Wild, winning 5-2. And this was very dominant by Nate McKinnon specifically. He had 3 points. I'm really glad we didn't pick him to score under 1.5 points again. As you can see here, he was all over the rink and he scored 3 points. But the real story here is I want y'all to take a look at this shot chart and these goalie save percentages. So Gustafsson from the Minnesota Wild, he only saved 18 out of 22 shots, while Wedgwood of Colorado, he saved 29 out of 31 shots. Now, I need y'all to take a look at this. This is very important. Colorado only shot 22 shots, but they scored 4 goals off those shots and 1 empty net goal. That just means that they're shooting high quality shots, okay? They're not taking a lot of shots because they don't need to. They're taking good opportunities and doing that. That's a sign of an elite team, and that's the reason why they're probably going to sweep the Minnesota Wild. The Minnesota Wild put up 31 shots, but only scored twice, all right? So not only means they're taking Colorado's taking good shots, but their goalie is elite too. So a combination of taking good shots and have a good goalie means that they are a very elite team, and they are Stanley Cup favorites. And lastly, we took a 3-pick same game parlay with DeAndre Ayton. He scored 8+ rebounds. Rui Hachimura scored 12+ points. Austin Reeves, and that's good. They don't even got his goddamn picture here. He did not come through for us. And speaking of Austin Reeves went 0 for 5 in 3-pointers, and he only scored 8 points as the Lakers lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder 108-90. All right, so that's very bad. Austin got the attempts, but he most definitely did not make any of them, and we needed him to score at least 2. And then we have DeAndre Ayton. So I got this here because DeAndre Ayton, he cleared the rebounds for us early. As you can see here, it's not even at the fourth quarter just started, and he had 10 rebounds. Same thing with Rui. Rui had 13 points at the beginning of the fourth quarter. All right, but DeAndre, he wound up finishing with 11 rebounds for the game, and then Rui wound up finishing the game with 18 points. So they both came through for us. Rui got 18. He scored, went green for us. DeAndre went green for us, but Austin Reeves is the reason why we did not eat no calamari, tacos, and beer last night. All right, let's talk about our alternate lines suggestions from yesterday, May 5th, 2026. And this is going to be very quick because our first 2 were from the postponed games. And obviously, Austin Reeves didn't record not 1-3. He went 0 for 5. So this one didn't hit. We thought he would at least get 1. Well, we definitely thought he would at least get 2, but he didn't get not 1. He went over 5, and yeah, this was a bad alternate line suggestion, but we're going to do better today. All right, here's what you've been waiting for. Here's today's parlay of the day from May 6th, 2026, and just to remind y'all, we are giving y'all that octopus. That octopus is that raw parlay ticket, that 8-leg parlay, just like the octopus, all right? And we're going to turn the octopus into some calamari. We've been very, very close the last couple of days, and today's going to be today, and here's the parlay of the day. First, we're going to take the Baltimore Orioles on the plus 1.5 run line against the Miami Marlins. Then we're going to take the under 8.5 in the Boston Red Sox versus Detroit Tigers game. Then we're going to take the under 7.5 in the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Arizona Diamondbacks game. Then we're going to take the Anaheim Ducks on the plus 1.5 puck line against the Vegas Golden Knights. Then we're going to take the Buffalo Sabres to record at least 3 goals against the Montreal Canadiens. And then we're going to take the under 8 in the Athletics versus Philadelphia Phillies. And lastly, we're going to take a 2-pick same game parlay. Julius Randle record 6+ rebounds, Julian Champagny to record 2+ threes. First, we're going to take the Baltimore Orioles on the plus 1.5 run line versus Miami. And we like this because the Orioles have the more explosive offense. They have Pete Alonso, and he's their big signing from the offseason. And off of him alone, he can change the game just off of 1 hit. Also, the Marlins have lost recent games due to their inconsistent pitching. So inconsistent pitching is never good if you want to win a game, because that's half the battle is having a good pitcher. And lastly, the reason why I really like this bet is both teams have the exact same record. So I think the only reason that Miami is favored is they're playing in Miami, but Baltimore is probably the better team. So I'll take the plus money and the plus 1.5 run line, and we like them to cover against the Miami Marlins. Next, we're going to take the under 8.5 runs in the Boston Red Sox at Detroit Tigers MLB game. And we like this because I know specifically that Sonny Gray and Jack Flaherty are really good pitchers, especially Sonny Gray. He's been a little bit more consistent than Jack Flaherty, but they both are really good and should pitch deep into the game and keep the game low. Also, both offenses have been very inconsistent, especially Boston. They've only had 8 runs in their previous 5 games after having a nice little winning streak, but they've been inconsistent along with Detroit. And lastly, the Red Sox have hit the under in 27 of their last 45 games. So that means that their playing style is they like to keep games close and low scoring. And that's very favorable for us. And we expect this to go green for us and hitting under 8 runs. Next, we're going to take the under 7.5 runs for the Pittsburgh Pirates at Arizona Diamondbacks game. And we like this because Skeens of Pittsburgh is very good. He's actually elite. And Soroka of the Diamondbacks, he's pretty good. He's been around for a while too, but he's not as good as Skeens, but he's a good pitcher to keep the game low. Also, this is a very pitcher-friendly park, and these park factors in the MLB is actually a very big thing because unlike other sports, not every MLB park is the same in same dimensions. And also, Chase Field is where they play, has a very deep center field, like the third deepest center field in the major league. So this is definitely good if you're a pitcher and not a hitter. And then lastly, both offenses have been very inconsistent lately, especially the Diamondbacks. They have lost 4 straight, and they've only gone 3-7 in their last 10 games, and that's not very good. So we like this because it's just a good pitching matchup for both pitchers, and this game is probably going to be very low scoring. All right, next we're going to take Anaheim to win on the plus 1.5 puck line versus the Vegas Golden Knights. And we like this because the Ducks lead all teams in the playoffs in shots, and that's really good. That means they're very aggressive. They're taking a lot of shots, which you got to take a shot to make a goal. So that's a very good stat. Also, the Ducks have an elite power play conversion. So that means if the Vegas Golden Knights commit a penalty and it goes 5-on-4, the Ducks, it's a likely chance that they will score, all right? And that's very good. And also, the Ducks have historically played the Vegas Golden Knights very closely. So, obviously, last game they lost 3-1, and that empty net goal is the reason why they didn't win the plus 1.5 puck line on our last parlay of the day. Also, this year, they won all 3 matchups against the Vegas Golden Knights. So, plus 1.5 is a very good bet. We expect them to at least keep it close, if not outright win, and tie up this series 1-1. Next, we're taking Buffalo to score over 2.5 team goals against Montreal today. And we like this because Buffalo had one of the top 6 offenses in the NHL this season, and they were a very explosive offense. And next, what's really good for Buffalo is that they won in 6 games. However, Montreal had a very tough series against the Lightning. They won in 7 games, and they got less rest than Buffalo, so Buffalo will be more fresh. And then my man Tage Thompson, he's had a lot of success against Montreal. He scored 7 points in 4 games against Montreal this season. And then lastly, Buffalo's playing at home, and they're really good at home, although this is going to be a very packed game as Montreal's not too far from Buffalo, and they are division rivalries, but this is going to be a good game, and I expect Buffalo to cover for us and scoring at least 3 goals. All right, next we're taking the under in the Athletics at Phillies game, and we like this under because both starting pitchers are really good. Well, Springs is good, but Wheeler is elite. He's on DeGrom's level when he's healthy, so that alone is good for the under. But both offenses have been struggling, and I'll say this besides yesterday. Obviously, the Phillies put up 9 runs, but they put them up late, and that was due to the bullpen. So they really haven't been performing well lately, both offenses, and also the Athletics. 6 of their last 10 games have gone on the under. So all this together with the starting pitching and the struggling offenses and just both teams not playing well lately, this is a good combination for this under to hit for us. Lastly, we're going to take a 2-pick same-game parlay where Julius Randle records 6+ rebounds and Julian Champagny record 2+ threes. So for Julian Randle records 6+ rebounds, we like this bet because he's averaged 7.3 rebounds over his last 3 games. And actually, last game he had 10 rebounds in game 1. All right, and he's a starter that's going to be playing a lot of minutes, and that's going to be plenty of opportunity for him to get rebounds as he is a forward. Also, lastly, he's on that list, y'all. Y'all know we have that list. Julius Randle's came through for us multiple times, and I expect him to come through for us on this winning parlay tonight. All right, and lastly, we're going to take Julian Champagny to record 2+ threes. And we like this bet because so far in the playoffs, he's averaging 2.7 threes a game on 57%. And for those of you who are not good with math, that is very, very good, okay? Also, I like it because he set the franchise record for threes in Spurs history with 11 in one game, all right? And then on top of that, he's a starter. He's going to be in starter minutes. They're down 0-1. They're really going to be looking to win this game. And I like him to have plenty of opportunity to cover this bet and go green for us. All right, here are the alternate line suggestions for May 6, 2026. First of all, we're going to recommend Champagny to get at least 1 3-pointer, all right? So you get a little less odds on this one, but we took him to record 2 threes in our parlay of the day, so we're suggesting the alternate line of 1 3 for Champagny. Next, we're taking the under 10 in the Athletics and Phillies game. Now, we took the under 8 in our parlay of the day, so give an extra 2 runs. You get less odds, but you get a better number. So we're expecting this game to be low scoring. So giving yourself an extra 2 runs is a very good bet. And then lastly, we're recommending taking the Anaheim Ducks on the plus 2.5 puck line. We took them on the plus 1.5 puck line in our parlay of the day, but giving them an extra goal on this puck line will be very good, as they lost 3-1 in their last game, and taking this plus 2.5 could have made the difference, because that empty net goal was a difference in our bet not hitting last game, and this could be the difference in your bet hitting this game. Okay, so plus 2.5 goals is a very good bet, and we expect all these to go green, just like our parlay today. We are finally going to eat some calamari today. And just remember, with our alternate line suggestions for today, a better number equals more cushion. For example, in this Athletics and Phillies game, we're recommending taking 10 runs as an alternate line, and 10 runs is better than 8 runs. Also, with that better number, it usually means less odds. For example, the under 8 runs, which we took in our parlay of the day, is minus 104. However, the alternate line suggestion of under 10 runs is minus 275. There you have it, everybody. That's the parlay of the day today. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you. Good luck with your bets today. And just remember, winners never quit. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and one good parlay can make your day. All right, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video and another parlay of the day.